Hello, this is Deborah Yao with Black Education TV. I'm going to share with you a comment that was left by one of my viewers. Very interesting comment that kind of coincides with a subject that I wanted to discuss from a video that I was tagged in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the comment and get into what the video was talking about as well. It says, the comment is actually in response to a video I did earlier and some of the things that are happening in the Christian church. And I made mention of some of the things that are happening among Hebrew Israelite camps and assemblies as well. And this is from Yaki Ben Yehuda. It says, this whole Hebrew, disclaimer, not all, only like to focus on how the white man is going into captivity, how we are the chosen people of the book, but rarely do you hear them preach Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15. Meaning the things that we should be practicing and honoring and worshiping the Most High. Yes, we need to take responsibility and work on ourselves and to drive the stiff-necked spirits that got us in this mess. If you hate Esau, the heathen, so much, then why spend your time trying to educate him about his end? We need to work on ourselves with the Most High's righteousness, because there is a lot of wickedness amongst us. Because when we truly become a set-apart people, we won't have to announce it to the world. I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I just want the absolute best for us and by us. I'm working on me and my family and trying to improve daily and wish the same for us all. Toda Rabbah for the platform and shalom. Now that comment stuck out to me because that is the same view that we have. When you spend all of your time focusing on telling these other races that they're going into captivity and all the things that you wish to do to them or what's going to happen to them, when you spend all of your time doing that, but we ourselves have not taken heed to the word, then you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Now, the reason why I thought this comment was so very true, because I was also tagged in a video where a brother was screaming and yelling and hollering at a white man on the street corners. And he had a stick and he was motioning and moving in a very threatening manner with this stick, walking towards the white man as he was explaining to him what is going to happen to his people, you see. And someone must have called the cops, because there was another video where now the same guy is talking to cops and he's yelling at them too. Several cops showed up at the scene and he's yelling at them and saying all this different stuff about this, that, and the other. Now, I read some of the comments under that video as well, and a very good point was made that when you go about behaving this way, that you are actually, what you do is you're actually causing more damage than good. You think that you are helping the situation, but you are not helping the situation at all. You are making our people look very violent and threatening, all of us. You see, and why are you in their communities? Here was the point, yelling at them. You should be talking and speaking to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, trying to win our people with the truth. But when your focus is on telling Gentiles that they're going to be judged and they're going to be dealt with by the Most High, and you're cussing at them, and doing all these things, you are wasting time and you're making yourself look bad. The scripture tells us to be a light to the Gentiles. It did not tell us to do what we saw going forth in that particular video. And as the one brother, Yaki, pointed out, if we would concentrate more on being a light and being a set apart people, we wouldn't have to announce anything to the world. The scripture says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Our lives should be a light. We shouldn't have to say, we are the Israelites, beating on your chest, boom, 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 boom. We're the Israelites, cussing people out, threatening people, talking trash. We shouldn't have to do that. Nobody is impressed by you yelling and cursing at them or cussing at them and telling them you're the Israelites and you think that they're the devil and all this other kind of stuff. That is counterproductive and is not necessary. And these are the kinds of things that make us look bad as a people and have tarnished the awakening of our own people because of this type of foolishness. I so agree with this brother that, our lives should be a testimony. That's the way it's supposed to be. Do you think Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had to go announcing to the people of these other nations that they were from the chosen seed? Or that not the chosen seed, but do you think that they had to go around announcing that they were the people of the Most High Yah? Do you think that that's what they did? No, they lived so righteous to where these other nations knew. And they even began to talk about it. Oh, their Elohim, their God is going to deliver them. Look at what he did in this case or in that case. These other nations began to know who we were after a bit because Yah was showing up for us. But see, because our righteousness doesn't precede us right now, these other nations ain't buying it. Although many of them know, some of the lay people don't, but the higher ups know who we are. And some of the lower people do too. But nobody's impressed by us being who we are because they know that we are in a state of chastisement. These other nations know that the Most High has turned his back on us as a whole. But keep this in mind, family. The scripture says, if your ways be found righteous before the Most High Yah, that even your enemies will be at peace with you. But when you go about doing this stuff, ranting and raving about what you're going to do, raping people and talking trash on the street corners, yelling at the police officers, you are achieving absolutely nothing. What I find interesting is on the post, I and several other people were tagged in this post. Okay. I and several other people. And so, others stick their head into these types of posts as well. I don't always respond to things that I'm tagged in, but with this one, I just simply said, this is not what we were told to do. Okay, out of courtesy for being tagged in it. And so I appreciate Brother Yisrael Moshe for tagging me in this. And he asked for our thoughts, me and a few others. What were our thoughts on this? And so my thoughts were, this is not what we were told to do. We weren't asked to do these things, cuss these people out and all this other stuff, right? And so on the post, another young man comes on and says that the guy that's doing all this cussing on the street corners, he says he's doing the work while y'all sit on y'all's so-and-so's being Facebook-alites. And then he says FOH. Many of you know what that means, okay? And so basically, first of all, I don't sit on Facebook. I was tagged in this. You get an email when it comes, and I don't respond to all of them, right? But in this young man's mind, this guy who's cussing on the street corners, threatening people and talking trash is doing the work. They call that work. Many times these street preachers, many times when they're out there, it may be only 1, 2, maybe 5, maybe 10 people that are actually hearing them. Some of the people keep it moving, don't even respond to them, don't even deal with them, right? Some people just keep it moving altogether. And so you're standing in front of one person or 5 people or 10 people, and in some cases, no people. I've seen some videos to where there's no one there, and they're just yelling to the air. But this young man says that this is putting in the work. What work? And then my question is this. If you're putting in the work by yelling, cussing, and screaming on the street corners, and you're putting in the work, why do you even upload those videos online for others to view if that's who you're reaching, if that's your demographic, and you're claiming to reach these people that are before you? Many of you complain about those who you say, oh, you only deal with people on the internet. Newsflash. You will reach more people on the internet around the world than you will standing there yelling on the street corner at a few passersby. You will reach more people, I guarantee it. Because, first of all, there are not 500, 2,000, 10,000, or 1,000,000 people passing you by as you're yelling and cussing on the street corners. This is why you depend on social media to get your rants out. You upload them so that you can get that message out, because on the street corners, you are only reaching a handful of people. But yet this young man says that they are putting that work in. And he's telling all the other people. Another brother responded to him and let him know, where to get off, pretty much. Another young man who was very diligent in his work. But you people who continue to do this stuff and bring shame on the Most High Yah, to bring shame on his name, and which his word says is because of you who think you carry the law, that my name is defiled among the Gentiles. Because of you, you say and do whatever you want, and you have established your own righteousness, and you think that this is the way to go about being a light to the Gentiles. No, that is not the way. And the Most High is going to deal with all of the rebels among Israel. I could say so much more on this topic, but if you want to hear more, and you haven't already, go and look at our documentary on the Watchman Reports channel titled Tarnished Awakening. That sums it up of what this Hebrew Israelite movement has done to this awakening. It has really tarnished the awakening in a way that has caused a lot of people to either fall away or to not even want to deal with this in the first place. Not even want to accept the truth because of this foolishness. And these same men who like to call white people devils are acting just like devils themselves. I've had many of them attack me on my channel and on their own channels and other areas as well. Many of them. But just like one brother told me and my husband, he gave us an encouraging word. He said, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and say all manner of evil against you for my name's sake." And I'd like to thank that brother for giving us that encouraging word at that moment, because as you see, our people are off the chain, and they will continue in this lawlessness until the Most High comes and does his own purging. Okay, family, I'm done with this for now. And with that, I will say shalom.